So today I've redone my greenhouse and I wanted to show it to you. So right now it's raining pretty heavily, and once I put the plastic up it started raining within an hour or two. So what I did was I took like rolls of sheeting plastic and I bought 2 packages of it, and I'll show you exactly what I bought in a minute. But I started one by going like 2/3 up the side of the greenhouse, and I cut the pieces probably about 7 or 8 feet wide, and then I just kept it folded and I taped it to the existing plastic liner that's here. And the liner that came with this pop-up greenhouse is damaged and a lot of the plastic is missing, but whatever's there, I'm using that as like a structure that I can add this new plastic to. So I used clear Gorilla Tape, and I used about 2 or 3 rolls, and I'm just taping the new plastic to the old liner. And then at the bottom here, I just let the plastic, I fold it like in 2 layers, because there's so much of it that you can actually do it in like 2 or 3 layers. So I let it kind of puddle down a little bit, and then I add these concrete pavers, just kind of whatever I have, to the bottom of this, and that way it's a much better wind preventer. So the wind wants to get up and under the plastic, and if I do it this way, then the wind it doesn't move that plastic at all. So it's kind of wonderful. So that first layer I'm doing about 2/3 of the way up, and then I take a really large sheet of plastic, and this is the exact plastic that I'm using here. And then I take a really large piece of it, and then I cut 2 of those, and then I got up on a ladder and my son as well, and we just kind of scoot it over the roof of this, and then I bring that down and I tape that. So I did like separate pieces on this, and as long as you tape it really well, and again I'm using that clear Gorilla Tape, and I give it a little time to cure, then it holds really well. So I'm really happy with that. So this plastic sheeting, I bought the clear version, but you can see it's pretty frosted. I would not call this clear, but I thought it was good enough that I would use it this year, and hope that everything's getting enough light. It seems like even today, on a super rainy, dreary day, it's still really light in here, so hoping that works out. But typically I'm buying the clear plastic, or just slightly frosted. But this is kind of nice, because when you go in here, like, neighbors can't see you. You're pretty much in your own little world, so that's kind of nice. So here I've also, the green shelving is like the pre-existing shelving that comes with this pop-up greenhouse. And this is about a 7-foot hexagon. So not huge, but it really does feel huge because it's a very tall greenhouse. So I added these 2 white heavy-duty shelves from Home Depot, and I actually left off the 2 top shelves, one on each side. So this one is missing its top shelf, and then the one on the other side as well, because they just didn't quite fit under the frame. But they're nice heavy-duty shelves, and they added a lot of structure and stability to this greenhouse. And then I put concrete pavers on the bottom shelf of these white shelves, and these are the heavy duty varieties, but that way it's just such a great like windbreak, and it provides so much shelving. I could not want more shelving or more room in this greenhouse. I've like never run out of room. I always have plenty of space in here, and these shelves are so heavy duty, it's just really nice. And then here on the top on those shelves, sometimes I add like that, those are ceramic tiles, or I might put like a cardboard down or something if I have like a lot of cups or something that might get a little tilted on all these like open slat kind of things. And I've added shade cloth to the bottom of the greenhouse this year, and also a layer all the way around the greenhouse. I had a lot of things growing up, and so hopefully this will take care of that. So initially, when I bought this pop-up greenhouse, I bought it from Big Lots, and it was about $20. I bought it like after the season, and I was able to get it really cheap. And since then, I used to take it up and down every season, and then I decided I'm just going to find the perfect spot and just leave it up all the time. So that's what I've done ever since, and it's been years and years that I've done that. So when I decided to do that, I knew that I was going to have to do a lot more maintenance to it, because after the winter, it tends to look pretty rough. So I've added more rope to the structure and staked it down and added weights. And of course I added these shelves, and I've just kept adding things over the years. But the one thing I would say I really need to do is replastic it like every 2 or 3 years. And then sometimes I need to patch it between that. So the wind is what really gets to it. But when I picked this site, it's right next to my fence in one area. It's kind of a little bit shady under one of my very big trees in the backyard, but it gets plenty of sun. A part sun location with some protected area from the wind and maybe even from the rain, because it gets rain here for sure, but it's not like getting the full-on brunt of everything. So I have it up, one area of it is up against the fence, and I have it, some of it like roped to the fence and to like some of the posts on the other side here. So it's very well hunkered down, which I really like. But everything is holding up really well, even though normally I would have wanted to tape it down and give it a day or two to really set up before, rain started pouring down. But that didn't happen, but it's totally fine. So then I also take white rope and I put it kind of like a spider web over top of this structure, and that way it also helps to keep like a windbreak situation going on. So thank you so much for joining me and watching the greenhouse, and I'll be showing you more things to come.